continues, and he went a little further. Mark, and he went forward a little. I think farther is a better explanation than forward. Maybe I could say both. And he went forward a little farther. Maybe. Luke has, and he was withdrawn from them about a stone's cast. Maybe instead of forward a little further, I could say withdrawn a little further. Yeah, withdrawn a little further is better than forward a little further. And he was, and he went, and he went. Since I'm going to say withdrawn, I have to say was. Can't say went withdrawn. So, and he is all three. Just Luke was withdrawn from them. I think I should put a little further before from them. And he was withdrawn a little further from them. A little is in Mark. Okay, now comes a question. Luke explains this space about a stone's cast, but I don't know if that works with a little added from Matthew and Mark. Either the space is a little or it's a stone's cast, but both of those explanations might become redundant. Here's what it might sound like with both. And he was withdrawn a little farther from them about a stone's cast. Maybe I should put a stone's cast first. And he was withdrawn about a stone's cast farther from them. Now, I think it's okay to have a little further from them and then, like an addendum, one more statement about a stone's cast. Luke continues, and kneeled down. Mark, and fell on the ground. Matthew, and fell on his face. I know Matthew Mark has fell, but that's like a term of phrase. It means he's bowing. It's also how they would explain he worshipped. It's just going down. Not like he tripped and fell. So I think kneeled is more appropriate. And kneeled down. And I'll add on his face. Or maybe I could have he kneeled down on the ground from Mark and fell on his face. He kneeled down on the ground and fell on his face. Yeah, because you can be on the ground if you're kneeled. Without being on your face. But if you're on the face, you're definitely on the ground, but you're not kneeling anymore. So I might just have to have them both. Yeah, he kneeled on the ground and fell on his face. So 2 steps. Kneeling, then lying down, prone on the ground. And prayed. Mark, and prayed that. So Matthew, and prayed, saying, "O my Father." Mark, and prayed that, if it were possible, the hour might pass from. Okay, so Mark is explaining what he said, but not quoting him. Matthew is quoting. So they're saying the same thing, just in a different method. Luke saying, so a direct quote, "Father, if you be willing, remove this cup from me." And prayed, saying, Mark and prayed that. So and prayed is all three. I'm not going to have that. I'll skip that. Saying only Matthew and Luke. So what was Jesus' actual prayer? Matthew says, saying, "O my Father, if it be possible." Mark that, which I'm going to leave off, if it were possible. But again, this is from Mark's point of view, not quote from Jesus. So if it be possible is what I'll put. No, O my Father. Okay, it's kind of weird in Mark. He has a summary at the beginning. If it were possible, the hour might pass from him. And he said, Abba, Father, all things are possible to you. It's not in Matthew. Take away this cup from me. In Matthew it says, if it be possible, let this cup pass from me. Then Mark ends, nevertheless, not what I will, but what you will. Matthew, nevertheless, not as I will, but as you will. So the ending is similar, but the beginning is very different. Saying, O my Father, if it be possible. In Mark, Abba, Father is there, but that's after the statement, if it were possible. The hour might pass. Matthew, let this cup pass. Only one thing mentioned to pass in Matthew, the cup. In Mark, two things. The hour might pass and take the cup from me. All things are possible. Okay, Mark is two mentions of what's possible. If it were possible, the hour might pass from him, saying, Abba, all things are possible to you. So in Mark, it's the difference between what's possible versus what is wanted. In Matthew, it's just, if it's possible, but then he scraps even what's possible to your will. But it's more clear in Mark. All things are possible, but what you will, your will be done. Yeah, that's more of a battle. It is possible to you, but instead, I'll go with what you want. Saying if it be possible is less strong than all things are possible. But if it be possible, if it were possible, is in Mark. Maybe I'll have the statement from Mark. If it were possible, the hour might pass from him. Then have the prayer, Abba, Father, all things are possible to you. And then from Luke, if you be willing. So that's the real question. All things that are possible versus your will. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'll do that. If it be possible to be mentioned first, the way Mark has it. But then his real statement is, you could make this pass from me. But instead, what you want is what I'm asking for. I'll put this at the end of the last one. Prayed. So the word that would be Mark here. That. If it were possible. The hour might pass from him. And saying. So So the and is only Mark. And I'll still keep saying from Matthew and Luke.